I have so many chores I need to do, and my cat's gonna jump back up. So we're done. We're done. Cut the film. I don't even know. Cut. Hi, hello, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Maddie, and I'm a multi-genre author of upmarket fiction. And if you are not new here, then thank you so much for coming back. It means the world to me. I'm so super excited for today. It is August 31st, and I was going to wait until September 1st, but I was just too excited. So today is the day that I start the first draft for Project Dracula. Project Dracula is my upmarket fiction that I'm going to be querying when it is ready, so I'm very excited to start the drafting process. I vlogged my outlining process, which I'll put wherever it's supposed to go. And this was my first time doing such a detailed scene-by-scene outline, and I think it's really going to make the drafting process go that much smoother, which is why I am challenging myself to complete this first draft in 2 months. I would like to hit a word count goal of 90,000, so that is 45,000 words each month over this next 2 months, which is about 1,500 words a day. I'm going to be starting a day early, so hopefully that gives me some leeway if I have a day where I'm just like very low energy and need a break. But I think, with 1,500 words on a weekend day, I can write 2,000 or more. So I think it'll even out to give myself some wiggle room for off days. But I'm just so excited. The more I spent outlining the story and building the characters, the more I was falling in love with the story and the way I wanted to tell it. So yeah, that's why we're starting a day early, because I just did not want to wait. And I will be drafting this on my free write Traveler. I think this is great for drafting. In my opinion, not so great for editing, because it is not really it's pretty much like a typewriter, just much more portable, and it connects to Wi-Fi, which makes it a lot easier, and there is a backspace button unlike a typewriter. Before we start typing out those first few words, I want to set up my plan for September. I want to set up a word count tracker, something that I can cross off, and I'm super excited because I am beta or alpha reading for my friend Marriott K, who writes the Legends of Hinosa series. So drafting and alpha reading are my 2 priorities for this month. But yeah, I'm super excited for you to join me on this drafting vlog. So get cozy, get a drink, and let's dive into it. I don't think that this first draft will be a full 90,000 words, but that is so okay. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I just want to get these words on the paper, and then I can start filling out all of the details and beefing up these scenes. I'm really happy with the progress that I've made in this first draft. I feel like it's also partially helpful to see what I've been missing from my outline and characters that I've needed to add, and just more detail that I didn't have with writing my bullet points for the scenes. So I think it's been helpful, but since I know what's going to happen next, I'm not getting stuck, which has happened for me in the past when I just have a beat sheet and I'm trying to think of both the action beats and these details that I'm going to need to figure out and. So I think taking it step by step is going to be the best process. Thursday night was the first night that I actually slept, but Friday I was still so exhausted. So when I was done with work, I suggested to Dale, my partner, that we should go to a new coffee shop that just opened, and I had seen them on TikTok and it looked super cute, and I wanted to get a drink called an affogato. It is a scoop of gelato with espresso traditionally, and we ended up ordering an affogato flight with chai, espresso, and an Earl Grey tea. We got vanilla ice cream for the chai and Earl Grey, and then cinnamon ice cream for the espresso. The Earl Grey ended up being my favorite, but all of them were delightful, and it was a really good afternoon pick-me-up. I was able to finish Parable of the Sower while Dale read The Idiot. Since it was Friday, I didn't think of the city doing anything, but they were actually throwing a block party. So we walked around, I got some popcorn, and then we went home. I then hopped onto MJ's sprints, which I normally do every Friday, but in the middle of sprinting, I started seeing geometric shapes in the corner of my eye, which when I looked it up was just eye strain, exhaustion, or a migraine coming on. So I stopped, took some meds, and went to bed. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I had a very lazy morning, which I think was much needed. But now I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to start rereading The Secret History since I finished Parable of the Sower, which is so good. And I highly recommend it. But yeah, I want to get some reading in and then spend today writing. I would like to get maybe closer to like 2,000 or even 3,000 words in today. Saturday and Sunday, I did a little bit, but I mostly just rested because obviously my body was telling me that I needed to recoup after not sleeping for most of the week, and I just needed to, have some time to focus on that. Happy Monday. What a week it has been. So, for this coming week, in addition to drafting, I am going to do some more research is also going to be the focus for this week. Since I'm making it to the point where my characters are on a film set, I'm seeing more blind spots that I missed in my initial preliminary research. So I'm really taking note of what I am insecure about or what information I'm simply missing. So I definitely need to do some more research as well. And while I would love to pump out books, I think that I still need to prioritize quality over quantity. I also think I'm a little bit afraid of my draft. There's something very daunting about knowing the level of writing that I want to be producing and knowing what I want to accomplish with the story, but being in the beginning stages, and right now, most of what I have written is straight up not good. I know that I will go back through and rewrite and edit, and I'll be able to perfect it, but right now it just feels very scary. So it felt great to really get that writing time. On Friday, Dale and I went to the Spotlight Cafe, which again is probably my new favorite place. This time he got a mocha and I got a PSL, and then we ordered some food and read. Everything was fantastic, and I am loving my reread of The Secret History, and it was a really great way to end a very exhaustive week. I am going to end my vlog here. My battery is about to die, so I hope I have enough time. But overall reflections, I definitely did not hit that initial goal. And while I didn't, these past 2 weeks went the way they needed to with prioritizing my health. But for these next 2 weeks of September, I am going to plan a little bit of a routine so I can have that writing time probably in the morning before work, because I would like to hit that 1,500 words a day, though I might not do all 7 days of the week. I might just do like 5 days of the week to allow myself that rest time so I don't burn out, which I think is the most important thing right now. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to follow along the journey, or leave a comment letting me know your writing process, or if you are more prone to burnout, or if you can hit like really high word count goals every single day, or just how your week has gone, how your September has gone, and if the weather wherever you are is actually starting to look like autumn or spring, depending on where you are in the world. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Oh my gosh.